Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to NFT Malam number 17. My name is Coffee D Ambrosi. I'm your host, and this is my co host, Ruler in Peace. Welcome, co host.
Welcome, coffee. Welcome, world to NFT Malam number 17.
Good morning, and good evening, good evening. We are so excited to be here today. We have two amazing speakers. We have Marius Duplessis from Namibia discussing Prodigy Project, a
Yeah.
gamified DAO for citizens of the continent of Africa, bringing opportunities. And then we have Jeff Tan of Sticky Presentations, and he is going to be teaching us about how to give the perfect pitch. And so we're excited to have both of them here today with us. And so, without further ado, we're going to welcome Marius Duplessis from Namibia. Thanks for the
Yay.
piece.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the nice intro there, Coffee. Um, I'll start my cam a bit. It's just lagging a little bit. My Wi-Fi is kind of giving up today. But yeah, quick introduction. I'm Marius Duplessis. I'm from Namibia, born and raised here in the south of Africa. We are building the project Prodigy DAO that's focusing on the African esports scene, Web3 scene, Web2 esports, and onboarding and education of our communities and African countries and NFT enthusiasts overall, with a big value creation aspect for the token and our NFT collections. Let me start. In a nutshell, the African esports scene and Web3 scene is it's active, but it's very underrepresented at the moment in the fact that there's not real Africans or African organizations competing in the world, known around the world, or that's actively engaged and showing the brand and the names and the talent that we have on this side of the world. And we have the talent, we have the opportunities, we have the people, we have the youngest population as a continent in the world. We have a massive population if you take the whole of Africa. And I know it's a big task to say you take the whole of Africa, but we have strategic people around in different countries that we work with and that can drive and will be driving our initiatives. And that's a big part why we see it as a big opportunity is it's still in its infancy, the gaming scene in Africa. So there's a lot of scope for growth, massive opportunities to make an impact in the world in the gaming scene, and specifically with a focus on Web3 gaming for the next, say, 2 to 5 or 2 to 7 years time. A lot of new Web3 games also focus on esports as a certain point that they bring into not just gaming, not just play to earn, but also play to have fun, play to engage and play as an esports team and giving those type of opportunities. There's obviously a lot of, well, not a lot of few disadvantages that we have in Africa. And that is something that we want to address, and that's something that we want to engage with. The biggest issue is our ping or latency. That's a big issue of a lot of the games that has servers in Europe and in the rest of the world, but not in Africa as of yet. That's something we want to drive. We want to bring that to Africa, that we don't have to work with 200 plus pings from this side of the world. And another big obstacle or disadvantage is capital and funding for our organizations and for our gamers. That's also a big opportunity. A big reason for the lack of funding is that our gamers, we don't have the brands, we don't have the followings, we don't have the content, everything ready that a lot of donors think or will want to have if you sponsor someone, if you sponsor an organization. And that's another thing we want to focus on, teaching our players streaming content, building fan base, becoming an influencer, becoming a celebrity in your country, and specifically later in Africa. So it's obstacles, but it's stuff that we can definitely work on and will work on, and we will engage that. And through strategic partners that we're busy with and people that's in the space, we think if you can start off from the grassroots level, and the earlier you start with all those teachings, educational manners, it will be a lot more effective and in a quicker way, if you can call it that. Not that we want to rush anything, but that's one of the main ideas. We'll be focusing on bringing our gamers, our fans, our communities onto the Web3 space. We've collabed with a few Web3 games that most of the games are looking for players. Most of the games are looking for people to compete and people to grow their economies. And with that said, we have quite a few people that's offered scholarships for our gamers, for our players. We have a lot of people that's open to supporting up and coming esports organizations, guilds. There's a lot of names for kind of the same project or the same thing, if you can call it that. Some people call it guilds, others call it esports, others call it academy. So there's a lot in that. And the games are looking for players to compete, they want active players, and that's one of the big things we will provide. Just a few numbers in the Web2 esports scene. We will focus on Web2 as that is where most of the people have the knowledge and everything at the moment. We utilize both streaming, both players, and they trickle down to their fans by showcasing Web3 projects and games to their fans and their communities. And the people usually, if you watch a streamer, you kind of start trusting them, you believe what they do, you support them. And so that's a big way where we see we'll focus, bringing Web3 to showcase to the masses. We will do a lot of in real life events. Most of our esports, or not most, a lot of our esports tournaments are still in real life, going to arenas and those kind of stuff. So that's where we will do in real life presentations, showcasing NFTs, showcasing what we can do and where we're going. The market we are going for, a big one is obviously the Web2 side. Like Team Solo Mid from the USA, they have a valuation of $400 million. Then you can do a lot of research regarding like T1, for example. They have a valuation of $220 million. And the gaming market is expected to reach $200 billion in 2023. That's next year already. And if you check all the esports orgs, academies, very few are from Africa. Or in the top 50, there's not one that's one of the top valuated companies that's from Africa. And that's where we come in, and we want to change that. We can definitely become one of the biggest and best recognized esports lifestyle and cultural brands in Africa. And with that comes massive upside and massive opportunities and potential. A big positive as well that we have in the Web3 side is we have partnered with a few great companies. We probably a month ago we signed our marketing agreement with Polygon Studios. So we will be building with them. They provide us with a lot of help on the Web3 side. We want to make an interactive whole gaming metaverse for our NFT collectors. So, for example, if you purchase an NFT, you will be seen as a part of the management of the organization. So, for example, if you have an NFT, weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, we put up the vote. So we say we have these 5 games potentially, and our NFT holders vote on what games to target on for the next year or 2 or 3 years. They vote on who to sign. They vote on what tournaments to enter. Not the small day-to-day tasks, but bigger the direction of the organization and the academy in a whole. And the NFT holders will obviously be the biggest supporters, the biggest fans of the club. Just imagine you go on in your office and you vote for, this is the player we want. We give you all the stats. He has this followings. This is his content. And we believe in the masses. If everybody comes together, we can make the right decisions for the community. We can make the right decisions to compete, get knowledge from thousands of people potentially that wants to see us grow and that would love to be part of that as a shareholder, if your tokens in the DAO, or as a management side with the NFTs. The countries we want to do it in the whole of Africa eventually, almost like each country has their own protege academy where they train, where you build, where you engage, and from that we eventually pick teams to compete, like in League of Legends world events. I mean, League of Legends Worlds past was this last month. There wasn't one African organization led to, not even a player. So I mean, that's something that we need to change, that we will change, and that we're working on. And there's a lot more than just the gamers. Behind the esports, there's tournament, there's co-hosts, there's tournament management, there's managers, there's coaches. So there's a lot going on besides just the 5 or the 10 players that you see on the screen. And that's also something that we will be offering to Africans in ways of education, in ways of courses, in ways of providing them with opportunities to become big players in the esports arena, in Web 2 and Web 3, with time, as the Web 3 everything develops and as the Web 3 space evolves and grows with time. So we have three. Okay, the way we intend to create value for our products and investors and the talent, the communities and the fans. One big thing will be NFT assets. For Imagine Axis, those kind of in-game assets that the DAO will have and offer scholarships to players, and that in itself is a value creation tool towards the DAO or the project. We want to be big in the brand. The Prodigy brand should be known across the whole of Africa for a start, and then across the whole of the world as we compete in worldwide events. We just signed our new organization, as we are managers of players, gamers, and for the organizations. So we are talent agents in that side and doing marketing for them. We will be obviously doing events and tournaments in specific countries and in Africa as a whole to showcase what we have and give our players the opportunity to eventually compete worldwide. We want to do gaming, or we will be doing gaming hubs and strategic locations, in real life locations where people can come and play and build and mix with each other and grow together. The esports teams will obviously be the main brand or the main face of the company. That's where your influencers and your celebrities, if you can call sporting celebrities, those are the people that brings the attention and gets the fans excited. That's obviously one of the biggest events and the biggest ways of onboarding real people, new people, and the African communities. And obviously then the other thing is sponsors. As you grow, sponsors come and we can showcase what we do. And if you compete and you can win, not just about winning, but that's one of the big, winning is definitely one of the big things that attract talent, fans, sponsors, and all those kind of stuff. So quickly, the 3 different investment or opportunities funding rounds that we will be doing is for the DAO. We'll have a crowdfunding and a seed funding investment arm and side. And the DAO will be the ownership. The DAO will own the NFT assets. The DAO will own the branding rights, the Prodigy name, and the IP in that sense. Where the NFTs on itself will be the management side. So if you ever wanted to manage an esports team, be part of the management, be part of voting who should be the coaches, who should be the players, then you purchase your NFT. And with that, in our little metaverse, you can go in and let your opinion get heard and let your voting count. And then another thing that we recently also have, if there's any companies, projects, people that are open to sponsoring organizations, sponsoring players, streamers, um, that is a big need. With time, the DAO will obviously sponsor those kind of organizations ourselves. But if you want to penetrate the African market, sponsoring these type of events, tournaments, organizations is a big opportunity that we have at the moment. We're in discussions with quite a few organizations. We've signed a few, and they are competing. Big issue is just they need some funding and need some attention on that side. If you check the slides, there are some great, like this is one for the value, for what everything's that created, for what the value in the Web2 space and the Web3 space potentially can be. It's a massive potential and a big chance for Africa to get in and not only dominate, but showcase what we can do and what we can achieve if we get the backing and we get the right people on board and the right talent represented and representing our countries and our continent as a whole. Yes, that's about it. That's the quick pitch. I will appreciate any questions. I think there's one more speaker, and then we can do an open question round. And yes, thanks a lot for your time.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marius de Plessis, for presenting us this project with amazing opportunities for the continent of Africa and opportunities for youth, young people who are onboarding at a rapid rate. What are your thoughts, Ruler in Peace?
I definitely am excited about gaming expanding in Africa as a whole and Namibia. I actually know is like the Secretary General of Namibia. And I'm going to ask her the next time I talk with her if she's even aware of what's going on. That there are people that I haven't put my finger on the pulse of what she knows about NFTs and Web3 myself because she's so busy running for prime minister right now. But I'm very, very excited to hear is like what Maurice has shared and looking forward to getting to know him better as well because gaming is powerful. It's ironic that just this week in my room on Clubhouse, the coolest NFT, I was talking about NFT gaming. That was the whole course was about NFT gaming. So this is an exciting topic. There's so much room for growth and opportunity. So it was great to hear this.
Fantastic. So next up, we have Jeff Tan of the Clever Classroom giving us some alpha regarding presentations. Welcome, Jeff Tan.
I'm Jeff, a brain explorer and founder of Sticky Steps, and I help people get unstuck in life. I do this with our Clever Classroom programs, which have tips and tools to turn your dreams into reality. I've been doing this for quite a long time now, using Web2 tools. And just 24 ultra short days ago, if you'd asked me about Web3, NFT, Metaverse, I would have said something sassy like, oh, that's not for me, and I'd like to let it mature before I jump in. That's my way of saying I had no idea about Web3, NFT, Metaverse, But my answer was more because of my typical Singaporean skepticism, and I needed proof. Lots of logical, rational proof that this just wasn't hype. And of course, I confused Web3, NFT, metaverse with cryptocurrency mining and trading. By the way, you'll be shocked at how many people think that Web3 equals cryptocurrency equals danger equals avoid till the Singapore government says it's fine. But 24 days ago, I met a certain Mr. BK Han, who within 3 days changed my thoughts, feelings, and traditional ideas upside down. BK is not only knowledgeable, but ultra generous with his time, and was happy to share all the shortcuts with me over these 3+ weeks. All I can say to him, which I have said many times already, is damn it BK, where have you been all my life? Thank you BK. In the last 3 weeks or so, BK and Kafi also have led me down this delightful rabbit hole, and I was shocked to hear that celebrities like Justin Bieber, Travis Scott, Ariana Grande making millions from Metaverse concerts, and also what Nike and Adidas have done on the Metaverse too. The lure of making millions really captured my imagination and attention. Then of course, I realized that I'm not quite in the same league as these celebrities and companies are. Reality sucks. But this got me thinking about how I can become just a teeny tiny bit better off in life. Just a teeny tiny bit. And I realized that I needed to get noticed for the right reasons. And to do that, I had to capture my audience's imagination and lead them to a better place. And by better place, I mean emotionally. And how do we do this? With a scarf. By scarf, I mean a model from neuroscience that tells us what any human's 5 most important emotional needs are. What does SCARF stand for? S stands for status, or I need to feel important and recognized. C stands for certainty, or I need to know for sure. A stands for autonomy, or I have a choice. R stands for relatedness, or I need to feel I belong. And F stands for fairness, or I feel respected and valued. These are the 5 basic human needs, and every time we present, pitch, make a podcast, a blog, or video to talk about our Web3 activities, we must capture our audience's attention and lead them to a better emotional state with at least one of these 5 basic human emotions. And don't take my word for it. Neuroscientists and marketers have proven this repeatedly over the years, and marketers use the SCARF model to make the message sizzle and lead their audience to a better emotional place. Of course, evil marketers use the same knowledge to exploit others. But that's a story for another day. The SCARF model from neuroscience really appeals to me, as I am a logic-driven skeptic by nature and by training. And I have to thank my time in the Singapore Air Force for this. You see, I joined the Singapore Air Force straight out of high school, as I knew I would fail my A-levels, which I eventually did. Great lesson for me. Whatever you wish for will come true. That's called the law of attraction. But I had a valid reason for failing, and here she is. Oh, that picture was taken when I received my pilot wings after my helicopter pilot training course. And I failed my A-levels because of her, Christine, my first girlfriend, who was a massive and utterly pleasurable distraction during my last year of school. She was tall, slim, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful personality, and just too good for me. Definitely out of my league, but we were a happy couple for many years. Being in the Air Force for 26 glorious years and having inherited the typical Singaporean DNA of being a skeptic with a great need for proof, made me an ultra-logical and process-driven person. And SCARF is the ultimate checklist, as we all struggle to get noticed in Web 2 and Web 3 environments. Even Web 3 is a very crowded space, and it's getting increasingly difficult to get noticed for the right reasons. It dawned on me that Web 3 contributors in the creative fields like art, music, and design will always stand out. Always. Their work speaks volumes for itself and shouts out loud, making these creators very memorable, even if you're not an art lover, music lover, or design freak. This makes it a little easier to capture their audience's attention and lead them to a better emotional place. But what about others like me, for instance? With BK's help, who else, right? I'm launching my Clever Classroom, which is an online private areas for learners to come to, with very up-to-date curated content, the latest tips and tools, and all part of an initial purchase. Many would say this is no different from a private Facebook group, but the Clever Classroom is different as it uses the tools from Web3, including in the very near future an engaging metaverse learning environment, which is alive and not static. That's the future, which with BK's help will come about pretty soon. But the Clever Classroom is not a sexy product. It doesn't attract because it looks great. It's not an object of desire because it's rare. And it's not an idea that makes people rush to join because it will help them find a cure for COVID and cancer at the same time. Nope. My Clever Classroom is none of the above. Although what's shared there is a vital part of anyone's personal development. So how do I capture and lead my audience's attention with the Clever Classroom? By using the scarf model when I sell this idea to anyone and everyone I meet. Let me digress for a moment and talk about selling our products and services. Think about this for a moment. We all want to sell something. It could be your idea to save our planet. It could be your pitch to reduce plastic waste. It could be your digital art or music to share with others to make their lives a little better. Or it could be just to fill your pockets. It doesn't matter what our Web3 aspirations are. We're all selling something, an idea, a product, a service. And to sell this, we must capture and lead the imagination of our audience and make them remember us for all the right reasons. We must make the audience notice and remember us. This means our presentations, our pitches, and even our casual conversations must capture and lead the imagination of the audience to a better place. And that better place is one or more of their basic human emotions. And as we've seen with Scarf, since I met. So whenever someone sees your brand, reads your blog, or hears about you, it evokes one or more of the 5 basic human emotions explained in Scarf. By the way, Scarf has been around in this form for more than 10 years, but the idea of basic human emotions is as old as the hills. The key difference between Scarf and other theories is that Scarf is proven by science, data, research, observation, and most importantly, by brain science, while the other theories on human emotions are based only on observation. So how do we use Scarf in this increasingly crowded Web3 world? Remember that to bring our life-saving or planet-saving or mood-enhancing product to an audience, our message must, you've heard this before, capture and lead their imagination to a better place. Then people will remember you. Let's see how we can do this, shall we? S of status. Your message must do 2 things. First, it must make the audience feel special. This means it's not about how good you are, and instead it's about how special your audience feels about your product. The second part of evoking your audience's sense of status is you need to elevate your status as someone special. And saying I'm the best or my product is unique and special just won't do this. Instead, we tell short stories to emphasize a point, and you show your vulnerability, you show your struggles, how you meet a guide or expert along the way, and you show how you overcame it. A story with these elements elevates your status. Next is C or certainty. Your audience needs to feel certain that your product is the one for them. And when they give you their money or time, they will feel certain you're the one. How do you do that? With just a few key facts, figures, and name dropping along the way. I love how Steve Jobs showed me how to do that, and every time we met before he passed away are moments I will always remember and cherish for the rest of my life. I knew Steve intimately well, and I miss him so. Trouble is, he had never met me, had no idea who I was, but I had read and studied everything I could about him. So whenever someone sees your brand, reads your blog, or hears about you, it evokes one or more of the five basic human emotions explained in Scarf. By the way, Scarf has been around in this form for more than 10 years, but the idea of basic human emotions is as old as the hills. The key difference between Scarf and other theories is that Scarf is proven by science, data, research, observation, and most importantly, by brain science, while the other theories on human emotions are based only on observation. So, how do we use Scarf in this increasingly crowded Web3 world? Remember that to bring our life saving, or planet saving, or mood enhancing product to an audience, our message must, you've heard this before, capture and lead their imagination to a better place. Then people will remember you. Let's see how we can do this, shall we? S, or status. Your message must do two things. First, it must make the audience feel special. This means it's not about how good you are, and instead, it's about how special your audience feels about your product. The second part of evoking your audience's sense of status is you need to elevate your status as someone special. And saying I'm the best or my product is unique and special just won't do this. Instead, we tell short stories to emphasize a point, and you show your vulnerability, you show your struggles, how you meet a guide or expert along the way, and you show how you overcame it. A story with these elements elevates your status. Next is C, or certainty. Your audience needs to feel certain that your product is the one for them. And when they give you their money or time, they will feel certain you're the one. How do you do that? With just a few key facts, figures, and name dropping along the way. I love how Steve Jobs showed me how to do that, and every time we met before he passed away are moments I will always remember and cherish for the rest of my life. I knew Steve intimately well, and I miss him so. Trouble is, he had never met me, had no idea who I was, but I had read and studied everything I could about him. Next in Scarf is A, or autonomy. This means your audience has a choice of whether to trust you and remember you. This means the old way of setting time limits, time offers just doesn't work, and instead tell stories. Next in Scarf is R, or relatedness, which means your audience needs and wants to be part of a special group. That's how Facebook exploded on the scene years ago, as everyone wanted to be part of a social network. Same idea why some are willing to pay $8 to Twitter every month from today, I guess, to have a blue check mark next to their name. They become part of a special group. For us in Web3, we can capture and lead the imagination of our audience by sharing with them who else is in the group. And just by association, people want to join your group if they find out that David Beckham or BK Han is in your group. This means you need to name drop a little. That's fine as long as it's tastefully done. Last in Scarf is F, which is fairness. This just means everyone wants to feel respected and valued, something that comes naturally to all of us, so I won't elaborate more. There you have it, a quick tour of what I've noticed in my 24-day adventure in the Web3 NFT metaverse world. Use Scarf to capture and lead the imagination of your audience, and go forth and save the world. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Fantastic. I am bringing up Bruin Peace. I did tell you you were my favorite co host, did I not?
I know where this is going.
And at that time, you were? my only co-host, I'd like to bring up um, uh, I'd like to bring up our newest co-host, who's going to be our host of NFT Indonesia, Banana V.
Hi,
Welcome.
how are
Welcome,
you?
welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello,
Welcome,
how are
welcome.
you?
We're great. It's great to see you. How are you
Oh,
doing?
I'm quite, I'm doing fine. It's kind of busy because we are still in preparing on, the launching. So, but
Mhm.
everything is, I think everything is just in the right track. But yeah, of course, I'm still juggling with so many things. But I'm so excited. Thank you for asking.
We're excited too. We're very excited too for you. We hope that perhaps we can participate and maybe even live stream your launch. That would be
Wow,
fantastic. Yes, let's
wow.
do it.
Oh
Why
my
not?
God. Oh my god, that will be so huge for me. Thank you so much for thinking about it. Oh my god, I never think about to be have that kind of minting party in your lives,
Mhm.
things like this. But I think that's going to be the first kind of minting party ever, because in
Yes,
Indonesia, especially, yeah, maybe they just set the minting party live in Twitter space, but never in just like this. So I think that's going to be something
sure. Yeah,
new.
so what we can do, we're gonna we can do it live in Twitter, and then maybe we can see what options we have for the metaverse, for a metaverse event also. Let's check it
Absolutely.
out.
Let's check it out and find out what's possible. That's the
Yes.
beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about this space is all things are possible.
Oh yeah. Oh my
And
god.
then what else do we have available? Ruler and Peace. I think we have your music room, which is called Music
Music Bazaar.
Bazaar. So you'd be more than welcome to come to Music Bazaar and sing.
Wow.
And
Absolutely.
I'm offering his room. I apologize.
But I'm not.
We're a
But actually,
team.
when she shared the other day, in was it Clubhouse? It was on Clubhouse.
Clubhouse,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, it's like she may not. She didn't see me. She didn't know who was speaking, probably. But
Yeah.
I did invite you and already say that I loved your voice. I loved your performance, and that I would like you to come into my channel and share with the world.
Oh my god. That will be amazing. But you know that I'm not a singer, neither nor a
You
musician,
are
right?
now. You are now. You can't say that anymore.
You can't.
Can't
You
you
can't
can't
say that when
say
you
that
pick up an
anymore.
instrument. Exactly. You pick up an instrument. You
You're a
share.
musician
You're a musician. Sorry.
and a singer. Welcome to your life. You can't say that
Oh,
anymore. You can't continue to sing and say, I'm not a singer. It's like
oh,
taking photos and saying, I'm not a photographer. It doesn't work.
oh my god. Yeah, I mean, this is quite new for me. That I'm just only sing because I told you before, right? Because I just used to feel like anxiety before I start the singing or start to introducing myself. That's why my husband just come over to me and he said, just let's sing one song, and then maybe it's going to make you relax. I thought it was the craziest idea ever, but I think it's worked for me until now. So yeah, thank you so much. You both just pouring me so much love and so much positive energy. I cannot thank you enough for that. And
I
then yeah, but I just have to know how can I pronounce your name. I mean, I never talked with you before, I believe. No, the co-host.
Ruler in peace.
ruler in peace.
Really, this, yes. Okay,
Yes.
so that's how I call you. That's all.
That's correct.
That's
Ruler in
it.
peace. You can call. Some
So
people break it off and call me ruler, but you can call me ruler in peace or ruler either way.
Okay,
so
that
there's a
sounds.
question from our online audience, and I'm gonna post it, and it says, is V going to sing?
Yes, of course. But can I asking my husband to to just join with us, because right now I'm just kind
Of
of overwhelmed with
course.
you all guys. I don't know
Just
your energy.
breathe.
Oh my God, Kathy,
Please.
this is the truth. Every time I
Mm.
have this conversation or session with you, your energy just spark to me, just like across a million smiles away. And I just like struck by just like sugar rush. That's how I love you so much. But somehow I just got in this kind of situation, in new kind of situation. Somehow just like Greg, my husband, just like, come on, just play the guitar, and I'm just going to sing, because in that way I'm just going to be more like, I don't know, in all out, be more expressive. So if you don't mind, if you want me to sing, can I just asking my husband to
Yes,
play the guitar instead me
we
playing
would
the
love
guitar?
it. Yes, go ahead and come right back. We'll be waiting for you. Oh, I love it. We love the V from
Absolutely.
Banana, and they're going to sing a song for us. Their project is called Banana Land. Hello, are we coming? And unmute your mic, as we say. Unmute your mic.
Okay.
There we go. And
Here.
hello, husband.
Hi, Kapi. Hi, Rul and Kiss. Yeah,
Great to see you.
nice to see you.
Oh, oh wait, there's a message. Hello, V husband.
Oh,
Hi,
What
hi.
is what did the NFT say? Activate the husband.
oh
Activate
yeah.
the
I'm
husband.
not. I'm not telling him about that yet.
You didn't. Oh,
Uh,
No, it's okay. But it's okay. That's great. I kind of forgot to to tell him about that.
I'm almost
so
expecting.
all
Listen.
right. That's what we want to hear. So right now we're going to take ourselves off the stage and give you the stage to give us a beautiful performance. Thank you so much. Take it away.
That's great.
That's fine.
So, oh my God, thank you so much for having us here. Let me introducing myself first. My name is Fee. And it is P Pum Pum, but you can call him P. I know it's just Fee and P. I know it's kind of hilarious, but here we are. And then we are come from Indonesia, and then we have this project Banana Land, and it's going to be launched at 22nd November. So we are kind of excited here. And then we have this four song until now that we are dedicated to NFT community. It's just like show that our gratitude to be here in with you all, and to being pouring with all those lovely energy and love, also love, and then also magical, powerful inspiration for the people from every country in this world. So uh, tonight we are going to sing one song that we are made because we love our community. The song's title is Dear My Friends.
Maybe fit to this bear market.
Exactly. I hope it's just going to encourage you a bit, and then I hope you're enjoying that. We just want to entertain you, and then yeah, this song is just like I just hope that this soul of this song just going to make you feel a bit warm in this kind of winter season. So yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dear my friend, not sometimes, but mostly life unfair. Even we always share, but my friend, there's always somebody there for you. Watch for a little spark. Rainstorms, thunder have their own season. Some people stumble even without obstacle. Cannot run all day, have to stop for a drink. Take a deep breath, hey, hey, and go, go, go again. 'Cause we gotta make it someday. Keep the faith all the way. And you gotta have your own time, not to rush, don't be shy. We are, we are, we are, we are. We are, we are, we are, we are. We are, we are, we are, we are. So my friends, there's time. Then you up there and smile, cherish the moment, yes. Then my friend, hear me up. I'll always stand for you, even with my bare foot. The rainstorm, thunder have their own season. Some people stumble even without obstacle. Cannot run all they have to stop for a drink. Take a deep breath, hey, hey, then go, go, go again. Cause we gonna make it someday. Keep the faith all the way. And you gotta have your own time, not to rush, don't be shy. And we have to stay for a while, have a coffee or tea. And I already singing too much. Time to stop and be nice to you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that.
We loved it, V. We loved it.
Absolutely, that was beautiful, V. That was
Singing
beautiful.
too much.
VMP, exactly.
We can't have enough. We can't have enough. So please spell the name of your project. Spell it out for us, please.
Oh yes, my project called Banana Land, and then it's handpick handpick generative project. Like we have 2030 34 for 45 supplies, and then it's going to live in the blockchain, it Ethereum blockchains. And then we have this smart contract, is ERC721A smart contract, which is a kind of, not kind of, but it is a gas fee friendly smart contract. So yeah. And why we call it Banana now, because as I told you a bit before, but me myself is kind of serious person before. I'm too serious. Sometimes I'm not a rebel at all. I always follow the rules, almost every rules in my life. I kind of forget to go on banana somehow. And then when I just grow up and then meet some other people, and then right now I just gratefully met NFT moment. I just believe and just realize that we have to go on bananas, cherish that moment. Go on bananas now, don't wait, not tomorrow, not the next month, not next year, but just go bananas now, because you deserve all the beautiful moment, or crazy moment even in your life. So that's why we call it banana.
Fantastic. Well, we are super excited about your project. We can't wait to support you. And just to close us out, we want to close you out with a piece by Ruler in Peace called Everything is Working Out for You. This has been NFT Malam number 17, and we will see you next week at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love you.
Peace, love, and
I love you so much.
Bring it, Ruler. NFT Malam. Follow us at Metaverse Generation on YouTube. Don't forget to pound that button. Bye-bye, folks.